Let's talk about the essentials that an executive really should know about Germany's wine regions. When we say essentials or executive essentials, what do we mean? Well, that refers to knowing the grapes from a given region, that's important, knowing the flavors and the aromas that one can expect in a glass of wine from that area and from those grapes, being able to pair that with food, or being able to order food that matches the wine and vice versa, that's important. And then finally, understanding which bottles are critical to know, which bottles on the menu you should be familiar with, or if someone orders them, which bottles you should recognize. If we move into essentials specific to Germany in particular, I'd highlight a few key points. I'd highlight that one, it's been unfortunate they've had many sweet exports and some at a lower quality level. So often Germany is known for sweet wines, when in fact it makes some extremely high quality dry wines, namely its quality dry Rieslings. Riesling as well. Often people associate Riesling with sweeter wines. That really isn't the case characteristically. Riesling is one of the finest grapes, one of the most noble grapes in the world for a white wine, and Germany makes some very high quality dry Riesling. One thing about dry Riesling that's important to note as well is that it has a very high acidity, and that makes it extremely food friendly. Acidity adds that crispness to a white wine and makes it versatile when you're pairing the food. Now, Germany's wine area is cold. Yeah, and because of that, it makes it a bit difficult, or makes it challenging to grow red grapes. They stick really to white grapes, and Riesling has found its home there. But in Germany, the real focus is on getting the sugar levels high enough, which is to say, having a long enough growing season, a warm enough growing season, a successful enough growing season to ripen the grapes to get enough sugar to make a wine with enough alcohol. It's challenging climate-wise to grow wine in Germany, but certain grapes do very well there, in particular Riesling. So German Riesling is some of the most famous Riesling in the world. You have Germany and Alsace along the border, but Germany is known for its very high quality Rieslings. Also its sweet Rieslings, but it's renowned for its quality dry Rieslings. So let's discuss Riesling. What can you expect from Riesling in the glass? Riesling, here think citrus, think apples, think of floral scent. I talked about the acidity being high. That makes it a food-friendly wine. That gives it a crispness on your palate. Think minerals and stone, so sort of wet stones. And think petrol, and that's a strange thing to mention, but as Rieslings age, and some Rieslings can age and do change in the bottle, they can have higher complexity over time. Not every wine has that quality. But one interesting thing that comes out is sometimes that gives it a petrol scent that people notice. Not everyone in Germany is fond of this or even wants to admit this. So here note that petrol sometimes is picked up in older Riesling. Also note that sometimes the alcohol level is lower in Germany than it is in Alsace, for example, looking at Riesling compared to Riesling. So just something to bear in mind. So what do you pair with this? When would you order a Riesling? Riesling goes very well with a lot of foods. It's a food-friendly wine. Chicken, duck, goose, of course, salmon, tuna. So you can think about a variety of white meat, a variety of, let's say, Chinese food, cumin, curry. Here it can stand up to even more challenging dishes like these, where you see a lot more going on the palate. Or dishes with ginger, anise. These are areas where Riesling would do just fine. So very, very versatile. The truth is, I think it's hard to go wrong when pairing it against white meat or fish, or things in the white wine neighborhood. I think Riesling will stand up very well across a wide variety, largely because of that high acidity. Areas to know. The home to know, the most iconic area to know is Moselle. So if you see a Riesling from this area, and very challenging to grow Riesling in this area, actually, on the hillsides in this area. But here, think Moselle, or Moselle, Saar, Ruhr, but really think Moselle. So the essentials for Germany. Many sweet exports. Somewhat unfortunate that most people, that's their only experience of German wines, is perhaps they've had some less expensive sweet Riesling. But there are also a lot of very high quality dry Riesling, some of the finest white wines in the world, and their high acidity level makes them very nice matches for a wide variety of food.